My. Well, in our lives, the Lord always has his way. So we're excited.
Amen.
So, hey, listen, I'd like to introduce them by names, and they're going to tell you a little bit about themselves. I want to start with Laquita Courman. She is the one that actually had a brainstorm one night, a little after midnight, and sent me a text. And it's so interesting because the very thing that she texted me about was something I had been given thought and prayer to. You know, as we look at where we are nationally, I'm a firm believer in that the best way to get something done is to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem. And it's easy to identify things that are not going well, but it's great when you can identify something that you can help make what's not going well turn out better. So, Laquita,
Right.
would you introduce yourself, please?
Yes. Hi, I'm Laquita Courman. I actually own my own business. My business actually is behavioral health services. It's called Great Place to Start Behavioral Health Services. And I work with individuals, couples. I also do youth. I do children ages 4 all the way to adult. We do generic geriatrics as well. So I specialize in trauma. That's my specialty. That's my love. I'm actually certified in trauma cognitive behavioral health services. And trauma is just something that I've taken hold of, that I just, want to make sure that the kids that are, especially in DSS custody, that are abused, neglect, and sexually abused, that they get the treatment they need. So that's my specialty. But I also do anxiety, depression, any mood disorders as well. So, but we're Black owned, of course. And so that's one of the purpose of us being up here. But yes, I did text her after midnight.
Thank
all
you
these
so
wonderful
much.
people.
Yes, wonderful people. And I would like to also have Dr. Dawn Baldwin Gibson to introduce herself, who is also a business owner.
Hello, Pastor Angie. Before I start, can I just say one quick thing?
Sure.
I just wanted to say it's such an honor, first of all, to be with you. I just love you so much, and I thank God for your family. Okay. But the other thing I wanted to say is to the person, I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch. I love it. The person who's right next to me, Alderwoman Jameesha Harris. I just want to say that I am so proud of her. I've been working in politics for 40 years, and she's one of the reasons why people like her who stand up for those that don't have a voice or aren't being heard. I just want to say I am so godly proud of you. You have no earthly idea. I am proud that you stand up and you speak truth to power, because somebody has to do it. And you've been called to the kingdom for such a time as this.
So beautiful.
Thank you
Beautiful.
so much. I appreciate
got me crying. She got me crying in here, Pastor Angie.
And it started with introduce yourself.
My name is Dawn Baldwin Gibson. My husband and I have a church, Peloton Ministries, and from that church we have a school. We call it PACE for short, and it is it is a trauma-informed school. It's culturally competent, which probably means we have all African-American children, which we do. Didn't design it that way, but that's the way it came to be. And it's just been amazing. And we also do nonprofit work through another outreach arm of our ministry. And so I'm just delighted to be here. Thank
you so much. And then if you saw the graphic flyer, you did not see these 3 other beautiful faces up there. But certainly we do not at all want to think that they're not able to come to this platform and offer us something, because they absolutely can. And again, I thank Laquita because she rallied up the troops. this woman is a go-getter. And so she reached out to Lim Bass. Lim, he is the owner or the starter of 24/7 CEO. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, sir?
Awesome. Thank you for having me on this platform again. I'm definitely honored to get that text, to actually to be able to represent my business and what I do. So basically, what my platform is about is solely on networking and connecting different entrepreneurs from all over the world, from actually all cultures, all backgrounds, of every type of niche. Like whether you're in weight loss, whether you do training, you sell food, just to put all like-minded individuals all together in one platform so they could help each other when it comes to to networking, sell their products, advertise. They could actually learn. We have a series that we do on the platform called Business Buzz, and that series where we have someone that's like a business coach or counselor come and actually educate people and answer certain questions, all for free of charge. Like how to get an LLC, how you pay taxes, all for free. Also, we have a podcast, and we always give different entrepreneurs that's in that page a platform to just talk about their business story, like talk story from the scratch. So we're all for entrepreneurs, motivating, pushing them, educating. We're at currently right now 18.k members.
Wow.
Yeah. And then what's funny, I have a testimony about this project because I started this 7 months ago. And then it was the same vision, same goal, but I got really busy with music because I'm also a musician. I was a full-time musician and I also ran a music school. So
Oh, wow.
After I started it, I kind of put the platform to the side because it wasn't a priority. So I was gigging, I was playing in church full time, and I wasn't really pushing the platform. It was there. I think at the time it was at 800 followers. So it's funny how God uses quarantine to help you find your real calling.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yes.
And then so during quarantine, unfortunately, my other 3 streams of income were killed. And then music, I wasn't able to gig. I was able to teach music. So all my businesses were shut down because of quarantine. So I was at home just brainstorming. What do I need to do? I'm stuck. So one day I just went on Facebook and posted in the platform. Just to kind of see what's going on. I've been posting it in 4 months. So I posted this motivational quote, and people were loving it. People were sharing it, man. And then after that, every day, we were gaining 1,000 new followers every day. So in 1 month, from 800, we jumped to 18k, because what happened there, people were seeing value in the content.
Right.
That was, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of groups out there that just, you just go on going to group and you just post your links yourselves. But there was a difference with this platform from other platforms. People were seeing that it's more than just posting your link and sales. They're actually learning, engaging, networking. I post a lot of more, a lot of stuff that's kind of motivational, so it gets people, to keep pushing. Right. So that's why it's a networking platform. We are expanding to do more stuff in the community.
I love
just
it.
What's his name said, I don't know her name. Our intentions wasn't to be a Black-owned business, but 83% of our members are Black.
Yes. Fantastic. Listen, we applaud you. We're going to be coming back to you. Let me go to Talina Massey right now. Talina, introduce yourself. Tell us something about you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Talina Massey. I am the president of the Young Urban Professionals, which is a 501c3 here in New Bern. And we are the Eastern North Carolina branch, hopefully to have more throughout the state of North Carolina soon. I'm praying it in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Because
And I'm agreeing, we agreeing in the name of Jesus.
yes.
Hey.
I am a Marine veteran, originally from Buffalo, New York, moved back to New Bern about 5 or 6 years ago because I was stationed here as a Marine and really wanted to raise my family somewhere that was impactful. So, and less violence. So I came back and I decided to get involved in my local community, started with PTO, my church, and then kind of wheeled my way out. I'm now an officer with the NAACP. I also have my own business consulting company called Business Savvy, which was birthed out of the need to have business advice. I was a SCORE mentor for a while, and I noticed a lot of people needed that. They needed that extra push. And I would always, and even now when I consult, I offer them a lot of free resources. But if they don't want to do it themselves, which a lot of my friends were like, Talina, you're articulate, just go ahead and do it for me and fill out that paperwork for me. And I knew a lot about federal contracting. So I just started my own LLC to help out my friends and family, and it blossomed into a small business. And that's how it's worked. So
that is fantastic. Oh my goodness, you all have me charged. But listen, before we get into the meat of it, let's let Jameesha introduce herself. Many of us know her as one of our city officials, but go right ahead, Jameesha.
Thank you. Again, yes, I am Jameesha Harris, also known as Alderwoman Harris for Ward 2. I am originally from Albany, New York. I moved down here about 10 years ago, and I was able to link up with my best friend, Talina, and she got me involved in the NAACP, and then kind of getting into other nonprofits, and I just saw a need and decided to run. And within that need, I saw that we needed to make sure that we empower entrepreneurs and marginalized communities and link them up with resources. So I'm one of the founders of Young Urban Professionals. And so basically our mission is that we want to help young entrepreneurs start and maintain their businesses. We do that in 3 ways. We teach them about sewing back into their communities. We do it through webinars or seminars. And then also we do networking, because it's always important to network, because that's how you grow your business. And that's kind of where we're at. I'm a social activist. I'm also a realtor.
Yes.
So I do all that, and that's about it. I appreciate you allowing us to get on this platform and be amongst amazing Black excellence.
Yes. Well, listen, I thank you all for joining us. And for those that are watching, I know that they're being blessed just by your introduction. Here's what we want to accomplish. We want to expand equitably money. Basically, we want to be able to have it such that within all ethnicities, but especially within our culture, that there is an awareness of services that are available. I mean, even listening to Lim, how he shared where he started. And I love this because many times, and I think entrepreneurs will agree, that most of the businesses are birthed out of being a solution to a problem.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a quote right there.
Yeah, you become a solution to a problem. You recognize, wait a minute, it's not out here. I have this need, or I know someone that has this need. I have the skill sets. I'm able to help create that. Let's just make it happen. And so there are many businesses out there, but I think one of the challenges is that we don't know about them.
Right.
And for instance, the platform that Lim has started, in fact, I want you to know I am a member of your group.
Awesome. Good
I
to know.
have been for a while. I didn't just become, I've been a member for a while.
Hey, blessings. Amen.
And so what we're doing is that we want to be able to expose to our culture how to be better economically, because for some, they may think that it may be impossible to start a business. So I want to put this question out there to all of you, and you can take a stab at it or jump into it. What made you start your business? I'm going to start there. What made you start your business?
Well, I'll jump in. I think for the nonprofit aspect, I saw that we're in an area where people weren't being catered to. And I feel like it's important for minorities to understand how to operate or have a seat at the table. And I feel like in marginalized communities, they need to learn how to eat before they can sit at the table and be amongst their peers. So I felt it was important to establish a sort of what Talina would say, an incubator for minorities to be able to get this training, get this understanding, grow their businesses, get these resources, get their mentors, so that when they are going out, they know how to market their business and brand their business. So I think it's just really important to have that. And so that's one of the reasons why I started, helped start the nonprofit. And then on the financial side, being a realtor, I want to own property because I feel it's important for people to own things. And then, I want to see more minorities owning property and out of, apartments and stuff. So I help with credit repair. So I get them their good credit, and then I also sell them their house. So yeah, you gotta do both. That's how you build those relationships. So it's important, and that's how you help people have equity. I know everybody wants equality, but I feel like equity is very important too, because when you own your home and you pay taxes, and you have a right to go to your alderman and say, I'm a tax-paying citizen. I need these things done in my community or where my house is. So I'm about home ownership, and I'm about empowering entrepreneurs to own their own and be their own boss.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Dr. Dawn, I'd like to address you because here you and your husband have started a school. And I love to see the different businesses of just the six of us. We all have different businesses that speak to the need of a community. And one thing we can all agree, education is number 2 after Jesus.
Yes.
And so we want to hear from you. Where did that passion come from? What caused you to launch the school? A very much needed school, I might add.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Pastor Angie. So my grandfather had the saying, which is notable, which said, if you educate a Negro, you unfit him to be a slave. And so with that thought, he educated all of his children that way. And leaders, one pastor, but 2 others became lifelong pastors as well. So it was this whole issue with him about education and service to the community in reference to your love for God. And so I grew up in a family that championed education. And something that I just heard Alderwoman Harris say, she said about being at the table. And I remember Cynthia Brown, who has now gone on and transitioned from this earth realm. She said, if you're not at the table, you are on the menu. And that statement just resonated so powerfully to me. And I remember that my husband was preaching one Sunday. It was after we had done the Racial Reconciliation Conference back in 2015. And he just shouted out, we're going to start a school. Because what we recognized was that the impact that we could teach people how to do all of these different things as it related to racial reconciliation. But if there wasn't education for the next generation, that we were just going to be talking to the wall. And so now when we see all these conversations that are happening right now as it relates to race and our history, our real history in this country, that's steeped in our understanding education, what education, the fullness of it, the full experience, American experience, and the world civilization, that we are broader than what we see in the images that are given to us. And so we spend a lot of time with bringing in people of color to re-emphasize to our scholars, which we call them scholars because our expectation is they are intellectuals. And so whether they've been told that in previous academic settings or not, that's what they're going to be told when they walk in those doors. And so they have this ability, because when children are given opportunities to excel, they will do it. And so now I have 2 grandsons. And my grandson, Philip, came into the school right before COVID-19, and he said, "Grandma, this is my school." I'm like, "Yeah, because you're going to come to school here." He said, "No, I own this." Why? Because he sees the emphasis on ownership is yours. And so whether it is your home, like Councilwoman was just saying, or if it is your business, you got to own something. Right. And what we always say is everybody can go to Belts, and I don't knock them going to Belts. Right. But will you go to a World Fashion, or will you go to the realtor? Will you go to the business consultant? I'm getting ready to ask Lynn what his fee is, because I need to know, how do you go from 800 to 18,000? But see, we've got to say that I don't believe that your ice is colder because your skin is lighter.
Good. Good. That's that's so good.
Yes, it's really good. Really good.
Well, you know, even when you spoke to education or speaking about education, my mind actually went back to Lim. And I tell you why. Because he made a decision that here he had a problem. His income had dried up, but he recognized that there was more to him than those resources. And so he went through that process of brainstorming to come up with something. What would you say to someone who is currently in that situation, Lynn, and they're trying to figure out, where do I go from here? You know, what gave you the oomph to go that extra mile and brainstorm?
Well, for the first part, I call myself like a visionary.
Okay.
I'm always thinking about different ways I could help other people out and start businesses. You know, so I'm technically always brainstorming. Even if I'm asleep, I'm brainstorming. Even when I'm eating, I'm brainstorming. But what got me to start it was really to understand it wasn't about me. What can I create that's gonna help other people? That other people that are like me could value. Because, you know, I solely believe if your product changes in or serves something to the purpose, it will grow naturally.
Right.
That's good.
You know, so that platform, you know, like it was based around helping other people. So that motive itself, it was like a no-brainer. I personally wasn't thinking about making money. You know, I didn't think, okay, you know, man, Lynn's gonna make money out of it. It wasn't about money. It was about truly, you know, me having a passion for helping other entrepreneurs. So people that joined the platform, they found value in the content.
That is
so because they found value, I didn't have to push it that much. It naturally pushed itself. You know, and honestly, right now, it's still a young platform, so I don't profit from it. But it doesn't stress me. Listen, I could generally put in hours into just running the platform and actually enjoy doing it because I find passion in helping people.
That's the word.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the word, is passion. That's passion. And so, Talina, why don't you speak to your passion, if you will, because obviously you have a passion to do a nonprofit, you know, LLC, and, you know, folks coming to you and say, hey, you do it. You can articulate, you figure it out for us and give us the finished product.
Right. My passion is definitely standing in a gap. And I'm a problem solver. I'm an engineer by trade. My background's IT. I was at Yahoo for a while, so I kind of have been used to finding a problem and fixing a problem. So I love when you said business is born out of passion. I'm also what we consider an intergenerational translator. So I have a great way of speaking to the youth and then translating that eloquently to our older population. So that's really where my passion grew out of. And definitely, last but not least, I'd say my passion would be in bridge building, because I've found that I have a knack for finding a way to unite two things that didn't necessarily go together. So yeah, that's definitely my passion, and it has worked. It has taken me through doors I never thought it would expect to take me, but I also know that a lot of that is God's favor as well. So that's
So
every day.
So here it is, you're passionate about helping people. And that's what I'm hearing all of you say. You're passionate about helping people. And quite obviously, Laquita, you're passionate about helping people because you're diving in an area that, you know, some would say, oh, no. Let's speak about that.
Yes. Well, everybody said passionate about people. That's just my passion. And I've always loved children. Children is my passion. That's just what I do. I want to see our kids succeed, and I want our kids to be healthy. So my place is called A Great Place to Start Behavioral Health Services. My theme is wherever you are on your journey is a great place to start. So when my kids walk in the door, it's not about what happened. It's not about their past. You know, it's about you're here now. That's your strength. You know, when you're willing to come in and talk about what's going on and how I can better myself, I let them know, any individuals that walk in here to get therapy, to walk in my building, you're stronger than the individual outside that never walks in.
My God.
You're stronger. So that's just my passion. I've always loved to help. I mean, and I went as far to get certified in trauma therapy because I wanted to make sure that I'm able to help specifically those who have been neglected, abused, sexually abused, involved in domestic violence, grief and loss, any of that. I wanted to make sure that I'm able to give them the strategies they need to improve. And I always tell them, I'm not here to do it for you, and I can't do it for you, you know, but when you walked in the door, you had strength. So we're going to move from there because that's where you are right now. And from there, I'm able to guide, I'm able to give, but I have to say that God has given me that ability to discern where people need to go, and it's not me, so I can't even take credit. I don't even take credit, but that's my love and passion. And so sometimes we can live in fear and allow fear to keep us from moving forward in something that we have the ability and that God has given us to do. And so sometimes people don't go and open the business because we have great counselors. We have people with wisdom, people that can provide therapy. Especially, we need more Black therapists. We need more Black clinicians. We do, you know, but they have the ability, they have the wisdom, they can do it, you know, but sometimes we live in fear in starting a business, you know.
That's
and
good.
Yes, and we have to get beyond that. And you know, that's the push for this platform, as well as how do we get to that place where we can do it, where we can bring what we need to the community, so we can assess what we have. We have some great, even though you said up here, awesome businesses up here already, you know, and imagine what's out there and the people who have the ability to make sure our needs are met in our community. They're out there. They're out there, and we need to be able to bring them in and do what we need to do to get them there.
Totally agree. And, you know, that's where that be better equitably comes from, you know, because with, again, just looking at this platform, we are such a minute part of what is out And if others are aware of the other businesses that are out there, then that will grow those businesses. The one thing that I heard, because someone may ask the question, well, okay, you're talking about be better economically. And just as it relates to what you do, Laquita, I think we all can agree. If you're having some trauma in your mind, it's going to be hard to be better economically until you deal with what's happening mentally. And what I found is that, you know, we have to really work on our thought life, of course. That's where I come in, you know, as a better me, as it relates to being better mentally, physically, socially, financially, and of course, spiritually. But we have to dig deep to make sure that we are not capitalizing in our mind those things that will rob from us and create a deficit. And when I think about what Lim did, you know, overcoming this obstacle, he could not have overcome it if he was telling himself he could not do it.
Mhm.
None of us, none of you would have been able to get to where you are if you believed that you were not able to do it. So the first thing we have to do is start with how we think and how we feel about ourselves. And when we address how we think and feel about ourselves, it will begin to change how we think and how we feel about others. Because typically it's a reflection of how we feel about ourselves that we sometimes throw off on other people. And so we've got to really work on that part. You know, I wrote something out to myself not too long ago. And in fact, I even posted it. And my thing is this: for every thought that I think, what is the purpose of that thought? Is it going to benefit me? Is it going to benefit somebody else? Is it going to bring good to the community? What is the purpose of that thought? Yeah. And so we have to begin to translate thoughts that are going to be beneficial and that can help build foundations and that can help build bridges, as Talina mentioned, you know, that can speak to intergenerational matters, that can speak to building wealth and having home and property ownership, that can speak to education. Something's got to change here. Right. And changing here, you'll know when you're changing here because you don't have as much to say about those who are not where you are. Instead, you'll find yourself reaching towards them to see how you can help them become better at where they are. So, you know, I thank you all for taking the time to share your business, and we all have the same desire, and that is to see other businesses flourish. And I said this earlier, and it bears repeating. It is not with the intent, and I thank you all. I think Lim shared that, you know, his platform is for all ethnicities. And I think we all can say that we're here to serve all ethnicities. We're just we are who we are. But being that we are African Americans, we must learn to position ourselves for equal success. In other words, while others may say we can't, we have to learn to tell ourselves, oh, yes, I can.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I was going to say, I think it's important too for us as individuals that we can no longer be afraid to empower each other, especially when you're talking about, the mental health and dealing with trauma. I know it's a stigma in the Black community, and I feel like we need to continue to empower and encourage people to seek out therapists for our children, for ourselves, and take that stigma away, because especially, you know, Black-owned business, or, you know, encouraging people to just, you know, support, especially with the things that are going on now. I mean, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your spouse, you can talk to your pastor, but sometimes you got to talk to someone that is out of the equation. And to do that, we have to have therapists. We need more people that we can relate to, that can understand the struggle. So I definitely think that, you know, it's important. We love everybody, all business matters, but it's okay for us to encourage each other, You know, it's okay to, you know, say you support Black business or you support local, because we should be able to do that. We can spotlight. We get February for Black History Month, so why can't we spotlight Black business whenever we want to do it? So it shouldn't make anyone feel uncomfortable that we are doing that.
Ooh, that's so good.
Yes,
It
yeah.
should not.
That's very good.
Jump in real quick. I'm so sorry. I just want to alley oop off of what Jameesha said. We got to get comfortable too as entrepreneurs being uncomfortable. A lot of spaces that I've gone into, you know, I might have looked around and everybody didn't look like me, or everybody didn't speak like me, or they didn't dress like me. And a lot of times that'll run us away from an opportunity because we don't see something that's familiar. But my biggest thing in the last couple of years that I've been here is bringing someone with you. I can thoroughly remember going to maybe my first Chamber of Commerce event, and I was uncomfortable because there weren't that many chocolate chips on a cookie. I'm just throw that out there. and I was like, man,
My
this
favorite
is interesting. So when they asked me to join, I said, you know, I want to join, but I'm going to let you know I'm not coming by myself. And that was, you know, they accepted it. But I think that's one of the biggest things that we can do to empower others, is to bring them along with you. You know, bringing Jameesha to the NAACP meeting sparked a movement in the city that we haven't seen in a while. Just bringing individuals with you. Never know what opportunity is going to be birthed from you going somewhere like to a Toastmasters class or something like that. Something that we may not have learned growing up, but will help us in our business and help that next individual become edified. So bring a partner with you. Don't go by yourself.
Don't go by yourself.
Yeah,
That's it.
don't be upset being uncomfortable.
You know, I can just jump in right quick, Pastor Angie. I really appreciate that comment, because too often it's been my for and no more, and we just can't exist in the world like that. I think the way this came about today was a perfect example of how we have to be in this time, because Pastor had already been working. She had done her testing. Then something happened and there was a glitch. And then Councilwoman said, call me. And then she walked through, and then she's like, well, let me jump off and I'll use my platform to elevate your work.
That's what
praise God.
What we
Yes, good.
That's what we're gonna have to do. And I mean, we got to say, I have to step back and say, I want to support my councilwoman, even though I don't live in Ward 2.
Come on.
Yes.
I want to make sure that my brother's work, if I have an open door, just like Talina, you just said about bringing someone, if we can master that, I mean, that's one of the things that we start off very early telling our scholars, that I don't have to just do it. It's not survival of the fittest and I'm just the one. That we are community. And when we recognize the power of community, that's what propels businesses, is the power of community understanding that if I pull together and I help Talina, then Talina can then have a voice or a platform then where she can push it forward. And then Jameesha can stand on Talina's back and she said, you know what, Laquita, I've got, and then Laquita can say to Lip, and then Lip says to Pastor Angie, and then we keep building it higher for generations, because at the end of the day, you know, there's this whole a body of work that's been done called post-traumatic slave syndrome. And I did a whole lot of my doctoral work around that text. But one of the things that she talks about is how slavery isolated us, how we thought my house, I got to take care of my house, instead of understanding the power of community. But when I think about community, I think about one night at Clinton Chapel, when a woman told me, she said, you can't be in the play if nobody can hear you. Pastor Angie, that was your mother.
My God.
She told me, she said, you have a voice, but if nobody can hear you, you can't be in the play. And I wanted to be in the play. And I started to learn how to speak where I could be heard. And so that is our elders pushing us forward. And
Yeah.
so as I'm graying, I feel my role now is to help push these younger
Mhm.
ones who have so much passion and so much understanding,
Mhm.
pushing them forward. And it doesn't take anything away from us that are pushing.
Exactly.
It just says that I'm in another phase now. But I'm
Exactly.
so
Another
proud
branch.
of these young ones. Huh?
It's another branch on the tree of unity.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
right.
Wow. I tell you, listen, we could go on and on and
Jump
on.
in, Liam.
Oh, this is awesome. And I must bring you all back. I must, because I must tell you, Dr. Dawn, you actually did a great summary for my host. This is what a Better Me empowerment is about. I always say this, I don't know everything, but that I know, I know. And one of the things I know is that I don't know, I know how to go get people that do know. And that's why,
Hey.
and that's why I have you all here with me this evening. And then for Be Better, our summer series, it's just about that. It's about being able to bring to others the awareness, the work, the information that other people have to offer. This summer, we're going to be focusing in on health and wealth, on family and future. And this is a conglomerate of all four of those, if you will. In fact, next Friday, I'm going to be blessed to have Pastor Mickey, who is a multi-entrepreneur out of Jacksonville, North Carolina, on the platform. And I invite you all to join us. But let me tell you, there's something else I want to do. This is a wealth of information. And, you know, by nature, I'm just simply a giver. It is what it is. And so for those who are watching, I want to be able to sow a 1 hour webinar into your life that deals with entrepreneurialism. And this webinar is scheduled for June the 30th at 7:30 for 1 hour. To register, all you need to do is text ABME Web, which stands for A Better Me Empowerment, ABME Web to 22999. ABME Web to 22999 to register, to get information to register. And I want to sow that into your life because I want you to go and grow. I want you to be able to shine. And if there's any dullness in your life because of the people you're around, because of the actions that you put behind your desires, that dullness is going to go away. I want you to be all that God has called you to be. And if you stumble, know that you've got a brother or a sister that's willing to pick you up. If you're stuck, know that you've got some resources that you can call on. Look at this platform right here. If you're wondering, know that somebody has the answer. If you're heavy, know that there's somebody that you can talk to. God has made provision for you to excel in every area of your life. And so here's proof text. He's no respecter of person. Look at these awesome, beautiful African Americans who are excelling. So we thank you for being a part of our Better Me empowerment this evening. We had some challenges to work out, and I want to thank you, Jameesha, for jumping in there and helping me out. And
You're
I want to
welcome.
thank the panelists, the other panelists, for being so patient to help me bring this about. Listen, you have brought such value this evening to a Better Me empowerment. And so I want to thank each one of you personally and corporately. And I declare in your life, the best is yet to come. And I thank God that he has raised up an Aaron and a Hur to hold you up when your arms get tired. I declare and decree that doors are opening for you that no man can close, and doors are closing that no man can open. I declare and decree that I have not seen nor have ear heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man, the things that God has prepared for you because you love him. I declare and decree that your best is yet to come in the name of Jesus, because the word of God said your latter will be greater than your former. And listen, I don't care what's going on around you. It can't come to you nor your dwelling. Only goodness can come to you. I declare that in Jesus' name. Look,
Amen.
I've been blessed by being up here with you all tonight. And I know those who've watched have been blessed as well. Before we sign out, go ahead and give them your Facebook handles, your pages, so they can go and like and whatever, or your other social media handles. Talina, why don't you give them yours?
Definitely. You can find me on Instagram or Twitter, on Facebook at Business Savvy LLC, as well as with the Young Urban Professionals at yup-enc.org.
Fantastic. Thank you, Talina, for being my guest tonight. Dr. Dawn, yours, please.
Surely, people can join me on Facebook at Launch with Dr. Dawn. And for our school, they can find that at pelotonministries.com or our Facebook page, Peloton Ministries, as well. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thank you
Pastor
for being on the panel tonight. Laquita, can you give us yours?
Yes, just get me on Facebook at Laquita Courman. And also you can, well, you'll see my business posted. So you can hit me up on Facebook on Laquita Courman.
Wonderful. Thank you for being on the panel
Can I
tonight.
say one more thing before
Yes,
we
please.
leave? I didn't know if you were going to go around and let us say one more thing.
Go right ahead. Say what you
Okay. Yes, I just want to make sure that even ending this, that for our Black-owned businesses, I did do a Facebook page so that we can, they can add their business, actually those who want to own a business and those who have businesses, hit me up on Facebook so that we can, what I want to do is create a business page for our local area. So not just, our local surrounding area. So that means Pitt, Pamlico, Moorhead, our Onslow County, our surrounding area. What we want to do is get a list of Black-owned businesses and we want to categorize them. So if you're looking for beauty supplies, this is who you look for. If you're looking for therapy, this is who you look for. If you're looking for a consultant, if you're looking for a school, this is what you look for. So it's easy. We have to make these things accessible because everyone is like, where do I go? How do I shop? Where do I go? What do I go to? So we want to make things accessible to our Black community. So like she said, we can't be afraid to talk about it. So I'm not going to be afraid to talk about it. We have to be more accessible to us so that we can patronize. If I don't know you out there, how can I get to you?
Right.
Some of the businesses that have already posted on my page, I didn't know they were out there. I didn't. But if you do, and everybody's essential. We've learned how important essential workers are. So it doesn't matter what your business is, we need you. We need to know what we have out there and what we need to be creating. If we can see what we have and what we don't have, then people can start moving forward to create or expand. So
that's good.
Please hit us up. Let us know what your business is. And it's great because we do have someone up here, probably have a page, which is Lim. He probably can let us know who is out there as well. So I'm not looking to recreate anything. If you have it or know of someone who has some of this information, let me know so that we can go ahead and pull that all together and get everybody included. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I see pink fingers pointing.
I'm gonna let Talina tell you. I'll let Talina tell you the good news.
Now, I'd love to link up with you guys after this. We're actually working on a project with Bosch to bring an Eastern North Carolina minority business database. So please, anybody that we don't want to recreate the wheel, but we would definitely love to collaborate with anyone on that because we said the same thing. It is very hard to find our minority businesses. They're mostly word of mouth, but we need to make it official. So
amen. Look, there's the answer right there. We must get together.
Yes.
Fantastic. And you know what it will do, and I'm certainly not going to forget about Lim and Jameesha, but you know what it will do? It will expand, which was a word that you used, Laquita. It will expand your client base again.
Yes.
We've seen that happen. I look at for the empowerment services, I offer with the empowerment, we do the summit. Of course, we weren't able to do it this year yet. I don't have a new date because of the COVID-19, but then we do the surges, and the surges is where we focus on one particular area, because as I mentioned earlier, it's mental, physical, social, financial, and spiritual. But we'll focus on one of those, and we'll bring in local speakers who are excelling in those areas. And the last one we had in November was off the chain. It was just dynamic. And then we do the segments, which is what this is. And then I have sessions. And I will say to you that the clients that I have right now that I'm doing empowerment sessions with, they are not all Black. So people, you know, when they realize what you bring to the table, regardless of your color, they'd be interested in. That's why it's important that we, as people of color, get our businesses out there, because we need to support one another's businesses, but our businesses will grow in addition, because other people, other ethnicities will be partakers in our business.
Right.
I've got a couple of people, in fact, I think would be very interested in Laquita's business. So thank you very much. Jameesha, your Facebook and anything you'd like to say to close out?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that we're going to start housing this list, because we do have a lot of names on our website on Young Urban Professionals, hopefully to be out by July, where they're able to either just search and put something in it and it will pop up. So we're really working on that. But you can follow me on Twitter at Ward 2 Harris, or you can follow Young Urban Professionals on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook under Alderwoman Jameesha Harris. And that's all I give out. I have tried to now, with everything that goes on, keep my personal. So you can follow my public pages and the nonprofit.
Fantastic. And I'm so grateful that there's going to be a hookup with Laquita, with what she's doing, because that's a great work. I thank you, Laquita, for that midnight text. Lynn, please give us all your information, where they can find you on social media platforms.
All right, awesome. Currently on Facebook, I have too many friends, so I won't be able to add anybody. But you can follow me on Instagram at lim_base. My platform, you can follow that on Facebook business group. It's called 24/7. So 24-7 CEO. And you can find a group. It's free to join. It's a public group. You can find us on Instagram as well at 24/7 _CEO. Just a quick announcement. We do have some stuff that's coming up. I told you on the 28th we have Business Buzz. That's part of our podcast series. Well, like we have a business consultant come in and give free information, like stuff that you got to pay for. You know, how to get an LLC,
Right.
how to get a tax paid for free, because you know I love entrepreneurship. I love seeing entrepreneurs grow. So so I don't need a dime. It's free. So if you go on the platform on the 28th on a Sunday, you definitely want to tune into Business Buzz. Also, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to actually tell your story, we have also in our podcast a series called Spotlight Thursday. So we feature up and coming entrepreneurs, beginners. You don't have to be a millionaire to be spotlighted.
That's good.
So we have that for you guys on our business page. So once again, follow our group 24/7 CEO on Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram. We got there's a lot more stuff that we have planned for the future. That is the beginning. You know, it is so much, but I can't express, like too early. So definitely stay tuned. Like it's about helping entrepreneurs win. So if you want to win, if you want to be successful, join this movement, because right now it's on fire. It's on fire. So listen, the fire's gonna go out if you don't join now. Right now it's on fire. So definitely join us.
Awesome.
My. Well, you've heard all these great things right here for Better Me Empowerment. I am Angela Scott, and you can follow me on my page, Facebook page. And then you can also, I want you to join A Better Me Empowerment as well. And now we are finally on, I reopened my Instagram page, which is also Angela Scott. I'm one of the pastors of Refreshing Lives Church as well. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. I will have all of them back again. So stay tuned and be listening out as we continue on Be Better series for A Better Me Empowerment this summer. All right. Thank you all. God bless you.